here with another movie review. And yo, this time the movie is Black Adam.
What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heartache.
I was a slave until I died. Then I was reborn a god. My son sacrificed his life to save me. Open fire! War going. Now, I kneel before no one.
War going on outside when you ain't safe from.
In this world, there are heroes.
I feel the pain of my city wherever I go.
And there are villains. Heroes don't kill people.
Well, I do.
My vision has shown me the future. You have two choices. You can be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior. That's up to you.
Behind you! Did he just catch a rocket?
He got a rocket.
Yo, Black Adam was hella dope, man. If you don't know, I'm a big superhero fan. I grew up on comic books. I grew up on Marvel comic books. I grew up on DC comic books, and of course, I grew up on comic books, okay? So it was natural for me to get a little bit into the anime culture. So first, Black-owned Japanese anime studio opening in Japan. I'm definitely down for that. So I'm definitely down with the hero thing, the superhero thing. That's definitely my bag. So I've seen every Marvel movie between Iron Man and Avengers Endgame, okay? And even some of the Phase 4 stuff. Yo, that Black Adam is on a different level, okay? And I ain't gonna give away too much spoilers because I know everybody ain't seen the movie yet. But yo, I think that DC is about to take over the superhero genre. I think they finally got the formula right. I seen the Justice League movie, and in the Justice League movie, they got Justice League, and then they got the Snyder Cut, okay, the extended edition. Yo, the extended version was the one that should have been released, even though it was long, it was 4 hours long. I think the stuff that they cut out from the extended version, from the Snyder's Cut version, I think it would have been better if they left a lot of that stuff in. But see, the thing with DC when they was doing the Justice League is they were racing against Marvel. They were trying to put their bid in. They was trying to make sure that they had some skin in the game, you know what I'm saying? And I think that now that DC is no longer in a race against Marvel, Marvel has already reached their apex. I think now they have more time to really take time and invest, you know what I'm saying, into putting out a well-written movie instead of racing to hurry up and get a movie out there, you know what I'm saying? So I think with that, yes, DC is definitely poised to have a takeover. So, as I was saying in the last movie review, I am a screenwriter, I am a movie writer, I am a film writer, okay? If my dreams come true, I will have films released, okay? I will get some of my films on the big screen, okay? So, I will always be giving you terms and be teaching you a little stuff here and there while I'm reviewing the film. So, in the last film, we covered B-plot, okay? B-plot, and B-plot is a subplot that runs concurrently with the main plot that adds to the events of the main plot. The main plot, kids are in college and they're trying to graduate college because they all come from the hood and all of them come from different circumstances by which now that they're in college, they're trying to use the things that they're learning in college to make things better for their families. That's the main plot. Now the subplot would be all of the different characters are looking for love. And they're all going on dates and they're all having different relationships and they all have different characteristics. So they're having different relationship experiences, okay? And how this attributes, how this subplot would add to the main plot is it could be used for character development for each of the characters. So you get more of a context of how the individual conditions that each of these college students came from shaped who they are as a character. Things like subplots allow you to get more invested into the story, okay? This works with screenwriting and this works with book writing, okay? So we covered subplots in our last movie review, which was The Woman King, okay? Now, in this movie review, Black Adam covers another term, okay? And you see it a lot in the hero genre, okay? Black Adam is the anti-hero, okay? In the hero genre, okay, if you're writing a book, you're writing movies about heroes, okay? You know, that the hero's journey, okay? There are four characters, there are four character types that you will have in a hero genre. And that is the hero, that is the anti-hero, that is the villain, and that is the anti-villain, okay? And all of these may not be in the same story. You don't have to use all of these, but these are different levels of characters that you can add into a plot to make a superhero story more interesting, okay? Especially for my guys who are writing those anime books, okay? So let's break it down, okay? This breaks down to our breakdown of Black Adam, okay? The perfect anti-hero, okay? So when you first hear anti-hero, you think villain, right? No. Hero, anti-hero, villain, anti-villain. A hero is someone with a strong moral compass, okay? They are selfless. They're on a mission to change the whole entire world, all right? And when we say that they are selfless, they are motivated by doing what is right for the right reasons. That's a perfect way to put it. They're motivated for doing what is right for the right reasons. Now, that does not mean that the hero does not struggle with wanting to get revenge and vengeance and wanting to kill their enemies and everything like that. But the hero is guided by a strong moral conscience, okay? And one thing that is prevalent, that is foundational for all heroes is they want to make the world a better place. They want to make the world a better place, whether it's the whole world or whether it's Metropolis or whether it's Kandar. They want to make wherever their scope of influence is a better place, okay? Now, what differentiates the hero and the anti-villain, or the hero and the anti-hero, is how they make their world a better place, okay? So an example of a hero is like, let's say, Captain America. Okay, Superman, okay, Professor X, okay, these are examples of heroes, okay. Sometimes the hero may even be tied by his moral compass, okay. When a hero is a protagonist, a lot of times the villains that play off of the hero, the antagonist of the hero is often someone who challenges the hero's moral compass, the moral sense of good. They'll kidnap their daughter, kidnap their wife, or do something to somebody they love, kidnap their mother, and dare them to, like, come on, kill me. I know you're angry. I know you want me to, okay? This is a lot of times the storylines for the hero. In the movie Black Adam, Falcon plays the hero. Dr. Fate, the Justice Society, they play the heroes, okay? No matter what, no matter who they're fighting, they do not kill, they do not take life. They are the heroes. They do what is right for the right reasons, okay? Now, you have the anti-hero. They still want to make their world a better place, but an anti-hero is guided more by sympathy and empathy than they are guided by morality, okay? One thing that is a characteristic of the hero is that they put morality over their own feelings and emotions. They put morality over their own sympathy, over their own empathy, okay? So you have the scenes where the Justice Society is trying to help where Black Adam is, and they say we don't want your help. We've been terrorized and oppressed for all of these years, and you guys never cared. And now that some superhero comes over here that you guys don't control and that you don't have your thumb over, now you guys want to come rushing in like knight in shining armors, okay? But that's what the heroes are. The heroes may have sympathy for a situation, empathy for a situation, but ultimately they go in the way of the moral conscious, what is right. Now the anti-hero is completely and totally different, okay? The anti-hero goes on their empathy, they go on their sympathy, they go on their feelings, how they feel in executing what is right. Okay, so one big thing that you see in the previews of Black Adam is the constant argument that Falcon and Black Adam keeps getting into, because Black Adam is killing motherfuckers. And he's not killing the innocent, he's killing the people that has been oppressing his hometown of Kandar for thousands of years, okay? And even though he's helping the people of Kandar, even though he's protecting the people of Kandar, even though he's liberating the people of Kandar, he gets into it with the heroes of the film because they don't like how he's protecting the people and taking care of the people. They want him to do it more nicer. They want him to be more kind. They want him to be more gentle, okay? And as they say in the film, that kind of justice tends to darken your own heart. It's a saying that says, when you stare into the eyes of the beast long enough, the beast stares back into you. Okay, so that's the whole hero and anti-hero thing, okay? The anti-hero is not a villain, he is a hero, but he has his own way of administering justice. He may administer justice in a way that he feels the people deserves, while the hero is always bound by their morality and their moral code. Okay, two other terms is the villain and the anti-villain. It's the same thing, but opposite. What denotes the hero is that they want to make their world a better place. But what denotes the villain is that they want to see the world burn. They want to destroy the whole entire world. So a villain is like a hero. So your anti-heroes would be like your Black Adams, okay? Iron Man, okay? Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow, okay? These are your anti-heroes. They're not villains, okay? But they don't have the characteristics of what a hero is, okay? They have weaknesses, they have flaws, they have things that they have been through that may warps how they carry out justice. But these become things that they have to overcome in order to ultimately step into their role as a hero. An anti-hero is an anti-hero, but eventually they step into their role as a hero. Now, a villain, on the other hand, okay, does not overcome weaknesses, does not overcome flaws, and they do not want to make their world a better place. They want to destroy the whole entire world, okay? They have evil intentions, okay? Evil intentions. They're motivated by evil intentions, okay? So just as clean and cut as a hero is, it's as clean and cut as a villain. And one thing about villains, when I was coming up with examples for these things, okay? Examples of hero, Captain America, like I said, Professor X, these are examples of heroes. Example of anti-heroes, okay? Iron Man, Venom is an example of an anti-hero, okay? Now when it came to villains, ironically enough, it was actually hard for me to remember good examples of a villain. Why? Because a villain doesn't necessarily stand out. Somebody who is one-dimensionally evil, just evil for evil's sake. I'm evil because I was born evil. From the moment I was born, the parents and the priests knew that I was destined to be evil. Those characters aren't necessarily very memorable. I really had to think hard, like, man, what is somebody who was evil? And you got maybe Whiplash from Iron Man 2. You have Zemo from Captain America Civil War. You have Darkseid, okay, from the Justice League, Snyder's Cut, and Darkseid represents the manifestation of just dark energy. You know what I'm saying? That dark energy lives to consume light energy, you know? So evil for evil's sake, okay? Dormammu, you know, which is just an embodiment of dark energy, of dark matter. You know what I'm saying? These are villains, okay? But what's easy to remember is the anti-villain. You have Bane, you have Joker, you have Thanos, okay? These anti-villain is a villain that has a moral and almost sometimes a logical and sympathetic reason for being a villain. They still want to watch the world burn, just like the overarching theme with heroes is making their world a better place, the overarching theme with all villains is burning their world down, destroying their world, okay? But an anti-villain may have reasons and circumstances and situations by which otherwise they could have been a hero, but due to certain circumstances and situations and things that they've been through, it corrupted them and turned them into a villain, okay? An anti-villain, some people may even root for the anti-villain, okay? Sympathize with the anti-villain, but ultimately their goal is to burn the whole entire world down. Some anti-villains are even motivated by what they feel is right, but they go about it in such a way to where it destroys the world around them, okay? And they go at it so selfishly of this is what's right and I don't care about anybody else. It destroys the whole entire world around them. While an anti-hero, on the other hand, is I'm gonna make this world a better place. And listen, if you get in my way, I have no moral qualms about kicking your ass or killing you or breaking your goddamn jaw. You know what I'm saying? So these are your anti-heroes, your anti-villains, and your heroes and your villains, okay? And it is very ironic that the theme song for the Black Adam trailer is a song by Kanye West, okay? Because Kanye West is the perfect anti-hero. Kanye West is ultimately trying to make the world a better place. But the qualms and the issues that everybody keeps getting into with Kanye West is he doesn't go about it in the hero terms, okay? He doesn't have the characteristics of a hero. We've seen Kanye West be egotistical. We've seen him be maniacal. We've seen him be narcissistic. We've heard music which was just is just all the three things that I described all in one, okay? But a hero is somebody who is perfect. Captain America is perfect. He does what's right for the right reasons. But an anti-hero is not perfect. They are flawed. They do have weaknesses. They do have character defects that they have to overcome in order to ultimately step into their purpose as a hero, okay? Anti-heroes are not liked. Marvel Civil War is the perfect example of an anti-hero. While Iron Man is giving money away for charities, there's a lady backstage that's cussing him out and showing him pictures of her dead son who died in a battle that he was fighting against a machine that he made for a good purpose that ultimately went rogue, okay? They don't have the hero conventional means. They have very unconventional means for making the world a better place. But one thing that was in Black Adam, the people of Kandar said we like Black Adam because the way he moves, he does what heroes are unable to do. Heroes are so concerned with being politically correct. They're so concerned with that's it. They're so concerned with being politically correct, okay, that sometimes they allow things to happen and they don't step up to change it until it becomes politically appropriate to step up and change it. While anti-hero, they do what needs to be done. And anti-heroes, people are afraid of anti-heroes because anti-heroes cannot be controlled. Okay, a hero is somebody who can ultimately be controlled by their strong moral compass. Okay, it also becomes a cage to be a hero because I have to do what's right, and it has to be logical, and it has to make sense, and it has to be justifiable, and it has to be straight and narrow. This becomes control. Okay, Superman, we see that Superman is oftentimes controlled. You know, in the Superman versus Batman film, Lex Luthor was actually able to get a level of control on Superman by saying, hey, I got your mother tied up somewhere, so if you don't go and fight Batman, I'm gonna have somebody kill your mother. And you see Superman, the most powerful being on the planet, fall down on his knees in front of Lex Luthor, and he's crying, and Lex Luthor is throwing pictures of his mother, of Superman's mother, at his face, and Superman is just taking the pictures while he bows down. People are not afraid of heroes because heroes can be controlled and manipulated and directed by their moral compass. But people are afraid of anti-heroes because an anti-hero is ultimately somebody who does what is right because it's the right thing to do, not because they have a strong moral conscience, not because they have a strong moral compass in order to do it, okay? They don't need laws okay, and governments and overseeing bodies and politics to tell them that this is the right thing to do. They do it because it is the right thing to do. And that is fearful for the powers that be, okay, because there's no means to control a person like that. That person is a law unto themselves, okay? That person's moral conscience is staying true to themselves, okay? And oftentimes being an anti-hero will bring them into conflict with the powers that be, and the powers that be will use how they control the heroes to actually go after the anti-hero as if he is a villain. The world of the hero and the villain is black and white, while the world of the anti-hero is not black and white, okay? There's a lot of things that goes into making the world what it is today, and a lot of things that may not politically be, a lot of things that it may not be politically correct in order to address, okay? But an anti-hero puts all cards on the table and they do what's right even when it's not politically correct to do so, okay? So Black Adam is definitely gonna set a standard for the superhero genre. Marvel dominated with the hero genre. They dominated, okay, with Captain America, and they dominated with this, okay? This is very popular. Spider-Man, they dominated with the hero genre. Heroes who are good for goodness sake, okay? They dominated with this. And the direction that Stan Lee had Marvel going in, Marvel dominated for over 10 years, okay? Now, Marvel Phase 4, now that Stan Lee has passed, and now it seems that Disney and others are taking over the Marvel genre, you see that the Marvel genre is on a steep incline. And I would even venture out to say that Marvel would not be going in the direction, I was going to say Marvel would not be where it is today, but Marvel would not be going in the direction that it's going today if Stan Lee were alive. I would definitely venture to say that. And I would say that from such films as She-Hulk, okay? As multiple episodes of She-Hulk is She-Hulk antagonizing the core members of the Avengers, okay? Calling them selfish, calling them narcissistic, calling them egotistical, okay? These were people who gave their lives in order to protect the world, okay? So now putting the spin on these characters as selfish and narcissistic. I think one of the lines in She-Hulk was, the Avengers are a bunch of rich, narcissistic, egotistical orphans, okay? And I don't want to be an Avenger because it doesn't have health benefits, okay? And the writers of She-Hulk actually go as far as to write scripts where she actually puts down on the sacrifices they've made. Oh, Hulk, you think you're such a hero, but now you're lonely and you're living off the edge of the island because you care so much about whether your powers hurt people that you're not even allowed to have decent relationships. Which is ironic because you're actually the one person that can have a decent relationship with the Hulk, seeing that you're his cousin and you guys share the same powers, but you antagonize him just like everybody else. Why you go on to cause a lot of collateral damage through your own reckless means of being a hero? She-Hulk could also be classified as an anti-hero, and you have the Celestials with the She-Hulk and the Celestials and most of the Phase 4, okay, shows of Marvel. An anti-hero, as such as She-Hulk, can actually be a foundation for great character development, okay? Iron Man, for example. Iron Man 1 through 3, Iron Man is as egotistical as it comes. He is as narcissistic as it comes, okay? But you see this character development take place, that you see him go from what he was in Iron Man 1 through 3 to what he ultimately becomes in Endgame, and it makes for a great story, okay? But Marvel is now taking a direction now where instead of highlighting these as character flaws that the character must overcome and grow out of over time in order to be what people need, they're setting it up to where they are world building and creating worlds and situations and circumstances that justify these character defects in these heroes. So the heroes of the Marvel Phase 4 at times look more like anti-villains than heroes or anti heroes, okay? And it's okay to have flaws, it's okay to not do everything the hero way, but just as long as this presented as, hey, this is not the perfect way to go about things, and this is ultimately something that you would have to overcome, but you don't need to overcome all of your weaknesses and flaws to be a hero. You can start being a hero right where you are, and sometimes that's what it takes to overcome the strongest of character weaknesses and flaws. You're just stepping out and doing what is right, okay? So these are things that could be prevalent in the Marvel universe as well, but Marvel universe has become so political, it's become so gender-based, it's become the gender politics, it becomes so much agenda-based that the storytelling has fallen off. One of my greatest things with the Marvel film franchise, phase 1 all the way through Avengers Endgame, is the storytelling, the character development, the Guardians of the Galaxy and Star-Lord meeting his father, and then his interactions with Yondu. Powerful character building, okay? Tony Stark and his relationship with his father, and how this correlates to him arguing with Captain America, who he felt like got more attention from his father than he did, okay? Great character building, okay? Like I said before, when people watch a film, sometimes they just want to see a great film. They don't want to see agenda-based. They don't want to see gender politics, okay? They don't want to see people putting their ideas and putting their lifestyles and their personal living lifestyles into the film. Like She-Hulk, I don't care about She-Hulk having sex with 4 or 5 different men. I don't even know why that has to be in the script. I'm watching a movie about who she is as a superhero. Okay, why are we getting into who she has sex with, and now because she's having sex with so many people, she's being slut-shamed, and the people don't like her because she's a woman? These things, when added to a film, it really bogs down the film and it really makes the film heavy. And now if you're making a film about these things, okay, you can't double down, okay? Like The Woman King, okay? If you're making films about these things, you can't double down based on a true story and use really staying true to the true story to make a very story, okay? But if it's not based on a true story, hey, this is what this is going to be about, so you know that coming in, people don't like to go to see films and be completely blindsided by something that, hey, this is not what we came to see, okay? So DC right now is still making films for the filmmaking experience. And yes, there's a lot of Illuminati symbolism and all of that stuff. That stuff is able to be thrown to the side because it doesn't get in the way of the story. And the agendas and everything in Marvel is really starting to get in the way of great story writing, and that's why I think that DC is set to take over the superhero genre. So, Black Adam, I would give it 5 stars. Great movie, make sure you check it out. Shouts out to The Rock, and shouts out to The Rock for fighting to get that Superman scene. Make sure y'all check it out. Great movie. That's your boy. This has been G.L.U.E Media Movie Reviews. We have just reviewed the movie Black Adam. I'll let you.